What's up, y'all? Got a banger from the Modern King. Let's get straight into it.
Your Honor, if I could, I'm here on behalf of my client, Mr. Joseph Tootle. We filed a complaint for absolute divorce in this matter. It's a very, very short-term marriage. The parties were just married in September of 2023. And what we have, Your Honor, is that the crux of this case, and really the only asset of this marriage, comes down to the parties prior to their marriage purchased a home at 1047 Yellow Creek Highway. My client put down a significant down payment on the home. Well, the down payment was put prior to the marriage, and the purchase was right after the parties married. The property is approximately between $700,000 and $800,000 home.
With interest rates the way they are right now, boy, you're looking at a mortgage anywhere between $5,000 and $8,000. That's crazy.
Significant mortgage on it. What we're asking, Your Honor, is for exclusive possession of the home. Mrs. Botnick, again, this is a short-term marriage. Mrs. Botnick has 3 children.
Mrs. Botnick? Like Mr. Roe Botnick? Mrs. Botnick.
From prior relationships. In fact, she was with child at the time of the party's marriage that is not my client's child.
Single mom.
And she has just finished another custody matter with that child's father.
She's a runner, she's a track star.
And again, she's not contributing financially. They purchased a vehicle.
Are you surprised, chat? She's not contributing financially. Shocker.
That she is driving, and we are asking that she and the children, and she's allowed her mother, Miss Carol Ledford, to move into the home also. So there's 6 people cohabitating in this home.
So wait a minute. This guy got with this girl. She moved in her mom and all her snot-nosed little brats. That's crazy work.
And my client is having to pay all of meet the financial responsibility of the home. So it's our request that she be ordered to vacate the premises, or in the alternative, given the fact that herself, her 3 children, and her mother are living there, that my client pays 1/6 and she pays 5/6 of all the expenses associated with the home.
Wow.
The home, again, we're going to have an issue.
Bro, this is why we got to end this epidemic, man. Any guy in his right mind would not take this bet. 3 kids from other men, mother-in-law moving in. No way, brother.
Home has just been purchased.
But chat, let me just ask you guys this. Let's just keep it a buck right here. If a hot woman came up to you, y'all were cupcaking and Kool-Aiding, and then she drops that knowledge bomb on you and says, I have 3 kids by 3 men. Or let's make it even a little bit better. I have 3 kids with another man. Is that a chick that you would take serious? Put a 1 in the chat if you would, a 2 in the chat if you would not. Personally, for me, hope I see a lot of 2s. Because you already understand if a woman's had 3 children by another man and she didn't stay with him, you're next on the chopping block. Men judge women by their past just like women judge men, men judge women by their past just like women judge men by their future. Like, she wouldn't have got with this guy if he didn't have money and was going to have this big house. But he should have seen the signs. He should have seen the red flags of, I'm not going to get with her. She's got all these kids by these other men.
It's very unlikely that there's significant equity. She is not in a position, it's our claim that she's not in a position to buy my client out of the home or get the home refinanced into her own name. But she is not contributing, and she has now begun having extramarital relations, and
now she's cheating. Love it.
As a result of that, we want her out of the house.
It's always but we're on a break. We were on a break, though. Kind of sounds like she wants to date new people while he still pays all her bills. For real, though.
Connor, just briefly, parties were married.
Okay, I don't even want to hear his side because I almost biggity bet you he's just going to be trying to defend her, and I think we know what she's really doing.
Then I would call Ms. Botnick.
Start a husband's case. All right, let's see what we got here, buddy boy. Cross-examination. Oh, this should be good. I love a good old cross-examination. Crisscross applesauce.
State your name, please,
examination.
ma'am.
Jordan Lindsay Bachnick,
And Ms. Botnick, where do you work?
Envision Healthcare.
And what do you do for Envision Healthcare?
I'm an AP specialist.
And what,
Well, please scoot up a little bit towards that microphone.
Sorry.
So we make sure it's
I thought you said she didn't work.
picking
I'm
up.
an AP specialist.
and what does that mean?
Accounts payable. I work for the same company as Joseph.
And what is your rate of pay?
22 an hour.
You work 40 hours a week,
Yes, ma'am.
and you have 3 children by how many different men?
3.
And how
She's a runner, she's a track star.
The stories write themselves. She even knew it. Look at her face. Run that back, Turbo. Run that back.
you have 3 children by how many different men?
Even she's like, ugh, this is gonna sound really bad.
3.
She's cooked.
And how much child support do you get?
I give child support 1 kid and $697.
$697 for what child?
1 child. And I don't get child support from the other 2.
What
Oh, so you chose deadbeats.
child do you get the 190?
Sailor, the baby.
Sad
And
world,
who
bro.
is Sailor's father?
Also, if you have babies with a woman, bro, pay your child support. Take care of your kids. Don't be a deadbeat, bro.
Nick Ellis.
And that's your youngest child?
Yes, ma'am.
And you were in fact pregnant with Sailor at the time that you married?
No,
Or right after you had just had the child?
I just had him. He was born in June and I got married in September.
Okay.
Hush. Okay, go to your place.
And what sort, you have just settled a lawsuit on paternity with Mr. Ellis?
Yes,
And when was that done?
February.
Yeah, I mean, it just sounds like a lot of bad decisions, bruh. A lot of bad decisions.
Yourself against the wall so that you get an order of protection and kick him out of the house?
No,
You're allowing your children have you allowed any of your minor children to operate any motor vehicle in and around the property?
I let my son drive down the driveway.
And he ran over shrubs and things, is that correct?
1 shrub.
And that's your 12-year-old or your 10-year-old?
I let my 10-year-old.
Bro, letting a 10-year-old drive? Oh my gosh.
Your 10-year-old's driving a vehicle that caused some slight damage to the property, is that correct?
He drove down the driveway and ran over a shrub.
Did you replace it?
No, not yet.
I've seen that clip. That is not related to the case. He is foul for that.
Okay. Do you allow your children to shoot arrows into the drywall of the
No.
home? You didn't sit there and videotape it and laugh
I
at it?
videotaped my son shooting an arrow into a cardboard.
Does she not? Oh my. Run it back. Like, dude, the fact she doesn't even hear herself talking, it's like, yeah, I did film him shooting arrows, okay?
Okay. Do you allow your children to shoot arrows into the drywall of the
No.
home? You didn't sit there and videotape it and laugh
I
at it?
videotaped my son shooting an arrow into a cardboard box.
Not into the garage and damaging the property?
No.
Stop the cap.
Bro, this almost seems like satire, but I know it ain't.
Have you contributed to the house payment?
No.
Why not?
Because I'm paying for everything
Because you're broke.
else.
What is everything else that you're paying for?
Groceries to stay in the house, and I pay for all my kids. Groceries, clothes, and I filled out a form. Basically showing what I do pay for.
Pay any of the utilities?
No.
Pay any insurance on the vehicle you're driving?
Yes.
You pay for your insurance
I pay for my insurance
and your vehicle?
on
What
my
kind of-
vehicle.
What kind of vehicle are you driving?
A Tahoe.
2021 Chevy Tahoe?
Yes, ma'am.
And how much are the payments on that?
A little over 1,000.
Who's making those payments?
God!
I am.
When did you start making those payments?
2 months ago. I've made 3 payments
Bro, chat, let me know, is $1,000 a month a lot for a car? That sounds like a lot of cash.
so far. So 3 months now.
When did you purchase?
Bro, This lady is so cooked. The Los Angeles wildfires are finally out. It's estimated that these fires caused more than $250 billion in damage. The loss of life is immeasurable, and much of the state is still filled with smoke. There are reports that insurance companies canceled thousands of homeowners' fire policies months before the wildfires began. Were those cancellations illegal? Could this catastrophe have been avoided? Will insurance be able to cover all that the families have lost? Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm. They've helped families just like yours in their time of need. They were there for the Northern California wildfires, they were there in Maui, and now they're here for you and the families affected by these wildfires in Los Angeles. If you've lost loved ones, your home, your business, or property because of the Los Angeles wildfires, you can visit www.forthepeople.com/Levi_fire. You may be entitled to significant compensation. Y'all know what time it is. Loki, free? Sit. Wait. Can we get some freeze in the chat? Free? Go to your place. Uh-oh. Let's see. I guess it's not going to work today, and I'm not even going to try to refresh it. It's always something, right, chat? It's always something. So let's hear a little bit of the husband's testimony, and then we're going to get into a cross-examination. Another one where the ex-wife just gets destroyed by the husband's lawyer, but let's get into this.
And y'all became acquainted through your employment, is that correct?
I knew her prior to employment. I helped her get the job.
Okay.
Right, I hate to say it, but he fits the archetype of falling for a blonde woman, and she just takes him for his money. Like, I hate to see this.
How did you know her prior to the employment?
I met her at her work when she worked at Twin Peaks.
At where?
Twin Peaks.
She's a runner, she's a track star.
She works at Twin Peaks. For those of you who don't know what Twin Peaks is, it's a lot like Hooters.
Twin Peaks is a bar
And restaurant.
and we'll just leave it why the name of that, but at any rate.
Bro, don't fall in love with these women when they work at Twin Peaks, Hooters, or any of these other ones, because they're just using you, bro, and they're gonna hang you out to dry, bro. You gotta think, if she's working and you're meeting her at her work, chat, let me know if you agree with this hot take. If you're meeting her at her work, and that involves tipping her or paying her somehow, and she's scantily clad, whether that's stripping, whether that's working at Twin Peaks, she's looking at you for your money. She doesn't care about who you are. She's not building a bond with you. She's not like, oh, wow, this is really my dream guy. She sees you as a sucker. Shots fired! Don't fall for this, bro.
You met her there and got her a job. Did y'all start a romantic relationship at that point in time?
I helped her get a job probably about 2 years ago. We kind of hung out some in between there, from time of meeting till she got the job at our company.
Right, he was a victim.
And when did y'all become romantically involved?
Throughout the time I've known her.
Okay.
Different instances.
And she was having relations with other people during that time too?
Section leading.
Correct.
And you,
She's a runner, she's a track star.
Sustained, it was leading, restretch your question.
are you aware of whether or not, did y'all have an exclusive relationship?
We did not.
At what point in time did
And
Mary
you let her move in, bring her mother-in-law and all her... Oh, man.
come into the picture?
Roughly somewhere in July,
Okay.
after she had her child.
Okay.
Bro, this is also why I bash both sides of the coin. This is why we got to end the simpidemic, bro. I don't want to see you guys fall into this trap.
Did you ask her to marry? Was it just a, hey, let's do this? I mean, what was the...
We decided to date, and then as we started dating, we decided that after knowing each other for a period of time, that was the right move to make at that time, because she stated she was in love and wanted to be with me.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
And as a result of that, where were you living at the time?
In Franklin
And where was she living?
and Dixon.
And did she have a home?
She had an apartment.
And did you have a home?
I did.
One that you owned?
No, sorry, I was in an apartment as well.
Okay, you rented and she rented. is
She
that
rented and I
correct?
rented, correct.
Okay. And so y'all decided to get in, she professed her love and you hers, and y'all decided to get married, and did you start looking for a place to live?
Started looking for a place prior to that. Somewhere in July, we talked about looking for a place, so we were looking prior to being married.
Okay. And you found a home on Yellow Creek Highway?
Correct.
Okay. and it's a very nice home. And y'all purchased it. Did you enter into a contract prior
And
to?
don't leave it with us.
When did you enter into a contract to purchase it?
All right. So we kind of got the backstory there. She worked at Twin Peaks. He was Captain Save-A-Girl. Got her a job at a new company. This is the part where the ex-wife gets destroyed by the husband's lawyer. Let's get into it.
Jody mentioned that as well
I
because
didn't ask what he did. I asked, why do you want it sold?
Or my client could answer the question.
I agree.
I don't think she's asking the question, she's answering the question. She's saying that he wanted it sold too, but the question is, why does she want it sold? So,
Right.
The house, I assume.
because that was a house we were married in, and if I'm leaving, then we both move on. I want the house sold.
But just in revenge.
No, definitely not revenge. I'm not vindictive like that.
Okay. Well,
Stop the cap.
you put this income and expense statement for whatever the truth of it is that
I'm
you
jacked
don't
all
have,
you minute.
you don't have,
Staying on the sidebar comments, don't make sidebar comments.
you're stating that you only have $3,912 a month to support you, your 3 kids, and your mother.
Right,
And you're gonna sell a home that you've not contributed to whatsoever, correct?
right,
And you're going to have that listed for sale, so there's gonna be a sales commission that's gonna be paid on it, correct?
correct,
And then you're going to have capital gains tax on any income that you derive from that, correct? Did you know that?
okay, correct.
And so so again, it's certainly not for financial gain that you think you're gonna sell the house, is it?
Well, the divorce is gonna end us. We're not gonna be together anymore, and I want a fresh start. He will want a fresh start, and I want the house sold.
Because you want the money, right?
Not necessarily, no.
Now, and your income and expense
Bro.
Nobody got time for that.
Even she don't believe it.
statement is $3,912.46 is what your income is. But again, you're making $22 an hour.
Yeah, I was
Right.
about to say, she ain't even making that much a month. You ain't making $4,000 a month on 22 an hour, unless my math is wrong.
That's 45,000 and some change a year, correct? 45,760 a year.
Yes.
So you divide that out, and I divided by 52 weeks, and that's $3,813.
Okay.
Exactly.
Where did you, and do you make any overtime or anything else?
No, we're not allowed overtime.
But this income that you've got up here, this monthly income before taxes, does not include the 687, the 780, or the 599, which is an additional $2,066. Isn't that correct?
If that's what you have on there.
Well, you don't have it on there. I added it up. But if you look down at the bottom, monthly court order child support, 687.
And also, it's not consistent. I mentioned why.
You didn't put that on, that's not included in this number, is it?
Is it not?
Stupid.
Is it or is it not? This is what you've introduced as your income, ma'am.
It's not introduced
Okay.
because it's not consistent, because he doesn't have a job half the time, his father.
Well, see, I asked you, when I called you on direct examination, I asked you what child support you get, and you know what your testimony was?
Yes, and I told you.
No, you just said I only get it for Sailor. You get 687.
Right.
You didn't mention that you got it for Bryson.
Because I hardly get it.
Well, when was
And-
the last time you got it?
Last
Month.
Bro, these people don't realize how court works. Like, you got to tell all the truth.
No, let me finish, please. I got it probably back in October of 2023.
Stupid.
And I can show proof of that.
Wow.
Have you instituted any cases against him to try to collect the money?
Well, it's kind of pointless because it's already garnished out of his wages, and it would cost me money that I don't really have to fight him. And
So you would instead let somebody who's not the father of your child support you and provide a home for you than to go get money from the person who's supposed to be supporting that child?
well, he does work sometimes, and when he does, I do get money for Bryson. So
Making the men of your present pay for the mistakes and trauma of the men of your past means there is no future.
and I'm doing what I can.
Stop the cap.
Make sure he has everything he needs.
You're doing what you can.
Right, for my kids.
Have you gotten another job?
No, I have a baby. New baby.
Okay.
Well,
Does that
Yeah,
preclude
maybe you could stop having children.
you from having to support your children?
I don't think I would have time to have another job when I work 40 hours a week.
You just work 40 hours a week. And your mother you're providing a roof for your mother on somebody else's dime.
You ain't paying the mortgage,
She
honey?
helps a lot with the children, so that's saving me on having to get childcare.
That's insane. Dude, end this epidemic. Don't support another woman's kids by 3 other men and his mother-in-law. Like, bro, would you guys do that? I hope nobody would.
Your 10-year-old has a cell phone?
Yes. Everyone
Bro, chat, how old were y'all when you got a cell phone? I'll tell you right now, I wasn't 10. I was like 14, and I had to buy the phone myself.
in his grade has one.
So we have to keep up with the Joneses. But because everybody in his grade has one?
Well, he rides the
Who does he
bus.
call?
He games on it and stuff like that. That's what all the kids do these days.
But who's paying the internet so that he can log on to it
Unreal.
out there at Yell Creek?
I am
You're paying the internet
on the phone.
on the phone?
I'm paying
It's the herd mentality. Everybody else is doing it, so I'm going to do it. No, doesn't make it right, bro.
cell phone.
Okay, he doesn't click on and get on and not use his cellular data?
I could use hotspot if I need to.
Who pays for the hotspot?
Me, I pay for my cell phone.
Okay, so that's what you're doing.
If I need to.
Well, I didn't ask what you needed to, I asked what you were doing.
So right now, when he's not home, he runs off the service. I don't even know if he's even connected to the wireless internet half the time. He's 10.
Now, you go to Green Hills twice a week is what your testimony is?
Sometimes I go in Tuesdays and Thursdays, and she changes it up, but most of the time it's Tuesdays and Thursdays.
No, I didn't ask what most of the time. You testified when I put you on the witness stand first, that you have to go to Green Hills twice a week.
Right.
That's not true, is it?
Unless the weather's bad or if it's snowing, no, I don't go if it's snowing.
And you don't
And
go,
this past week, I didn't go on Tuesday because of the storms. So it does change sometimes.
so when I subpoena your work records and
Absolutely. Go
that they're
ahead.
going to tell you were at the office 2 times every week,
Go ahead.
every week since the beginning of this year.
Yes, ma'am, go ahead.
That's the truth.
Unless there's bad weather or if something's going on with the kids or if something's going on.
Bro, she's
Well, how
so
many
cooked.
times has something gone on?
Quite a bit. The weather, it was winter.
Now,
Even she knows she's cooked.
I've got some black and white pictures, but I want to, I didn't print them in color, and I'm gonna come to you and show you these if the court will allow. Yes, I'm not disputing, these are,
What is pictures of?
and again, looking at just these
Oh,
color
it's the children shooting the
publications that you
arrows.
just admitted that you lied about. Now, you are also communicating with another gentleman now, aren't you?
I have a friend that I text, but I'm not.
Stop the cap.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Get that French toast out of here.
I have a friend that I text.
A male friend
Yes.
that you are anticipating and romantically texting, correct?
He lives in Chattanooga, so
I didn't ask where
that'd
he
be.
lived.
It don't matter.
Okay, well, no, we don't talk like that.
You
He's
don't
a
talk about-
support a friend, because I'm going through this and I need a friend. And I don't have a lot of girlfriends that really care, so I'm reaching out to him as a,
Well, I'm not trying to question you because we're going to subpoena your text records from him. And I'm asking you right now, we've already established that you embellish or tell falsehoods. And I'm asking you right now to create a record because we have a court reporter. They are not romantic in nature. Is that correct? Yes or no?
we don't really talk like that over text message, though.
Not
I
to
guess
the
I just
point
don't
of-
look at it that way.
Of course you don't look at it that way. Calling him baby, him saying, I miss you, you're going to get through this, baby. That's not romantic, right? We're just friends. That's how I text my homies. What's up, baby girl?
Not what y'all are going to do when your divorce is over.
Bro, even the judge is like, I don't even know what to say. All right, let's hear the final verdict here.
Right?
I did.
All right. You helped her get a job.
I did.
And you knew she was carrying another man's child when you married her, right?
She already had the baby when we got
Oh, you
married.
had the baby. So she had
Correct.
3 children by 3 different men, and you knew all of that before you married her.
I did.
So you kind of knew what you were getting into, at least you suspected you knew.
I kind of figured it was a 50-50 whether it was going to work out.
So
Stupid. I
Even
know.
the judge is like, bro, that is stupid, bro.
most men, when they get married, they don't think about 50-50 chance of it working out when they, ask someone to marry them.
I wanted to believe.
Although I will say that with the divorce rate in this country, that's probably not far from the average of what marriages work out and what don't.
Nah, he's got a point.
But my question of this is, you expected there would be problems, I assume.
Yeah, I wanted to believe what she was telling me. That she was past going out and partying, and she was ready to be a family and settle down, and she was looking for
And you
stability.
Cared
And
for
so-
her and you wanted to help her.
And obviously, for 8 years, there's something there. I was fed the whole 9 yards.
You serious?
Bro, so dumb. Do not be a simp.
The point is that you went into this knowing that there could be problems, right?
I did.
And it turned out there are problems.
Within a couple of weeks, I figured out there was problems.
But you say you still love her.
I do, but I don't think I have the
He's
same.
lost in that sauce, bro. You need that PNC, that post-nut clarity. Because the thing is, he probably ain't ever bagged a girl that looks like that. The long blonde hair, you know what I mean? The pretty nails. Like, I hate to say it, this guy's not much of a looker. He's not Jason Statham. He's got the bald head. It's a tough look to rock, bro. It really is.
Same kind of love that I had before. It's more, I care about her.
All right, that's all. Step down.
Thank you.
His concern is that she may make some false allegation against him while they're continuing to live together. So it's going to take time for her to move out. The Dixon County school system concludes its school year on what, May 23rd, I think it is?
Yes, sir.
And it is this court's opinion that these parties will continue to cohabit in the marital residence until June 1st. At that point, Ms. Balknick will vacate the property.
Nice.
Mr. Tootle will continue to have temporary possession of the marital residence. I make that statement because of the fact that it is apparent that Mrs. Balknick cannot afford to pay the house payments, and therefore if he is forced to leave, he's going to still have to make the house payments. She has indicated that she wants to sell the house, which obviously indicates she would then have to leave. In the interim period that they reside together, she will pay all payments that she has on her income and expense statement. I have added, she's showing a shortage of her income and expenses that she's negative $1,505.56. If you add back in the child support payments and her renewable income, then that comes to $5,978.46.
Jeez.
So it's clearly more than her expenses are, even considering those expenses, which when I look at, and I don't mean this to be harsh, but I don't spend $489 on recreation and entertainment a month. Clothing and personal care, $400 a month. Folks, you're going through a divorce. You're going to have to tighten up a lot of these expenses that are otherwise you might do if you're living in a
Yeah, without my hair extensions, bro. Moral of the story, at least what I got from this, Loki, free. Sit. Wait. Free. Go to your place. Moral of the story is, dude, is you need to vet women a whole lot better. Don't get lost in the sauce. Get that PNC, and then ask your friends. And then also, I think it's a good idea, chat. Let me know if you've done this with your life. Try to view your life subjectively, not objectively, right? Subjectively, you're looking from the outside in saying, if one of my buddies was doing what I'm doing, would I advise him to keep doing it or not keep doing it? I'm just saying, if I knew one of my buddies was trying to get with a chick that had 3 kids by 3 baby daddies and didn't marry none of them, and she wanted me to come in and save her, and I had met her at Twin Peaks and then got her a job somewhere. Bro, no, it's not a good, that's recreational use only. This is why I say, in general, single moms, recreational use only. They've shown you that they make bad decisions. So why would you come in and try to pick up the pieces? Are we wearing capes, chat? Are we wearing capes? No! I'm not wearing a freaking cape. We're not trying to save anybody. Save yourself. Let's end the simpidemic. Don't fall for these women. Even this guy was like, yeah, I figured it'd be a 50-50 chance. If you have that much doubt in your mind, don't go through with it. 3 kids, 3 baby daddies? No. Guys, we got to be smarter. We got to be smarter. I'm sure there's other men maybe that watch or don't watch, or maybe people that you know that have gone through this. Let this serve as a lesson. Don't wife up a woman that has 3 kids by 3 different dudes. I figured that'd be common sense. But for me, I told Cass, like we talked about this. She was like, well, would you have still gotten with me if I was a single mom? I was like, no. No way, Jose. There's no way I was going to get with you if you was a single mom. Absolutely not. I don't care how hot you are, anything. It doesn't matter to me. I'm not getting with you if you're a single mom. Man, this is crazy work. I feel bad for this guy, but chat, we got to end the simpidemic. Hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys tomorrow, man. Loki, did you have a good time? I'll see you guys tomorrow, man. Peace.